So now let's look at how to use the adjustment document in the cloud. You'd want to use an adjustment document when you want to make an adjustment to some of your items, or maybe even all of your items, and you want to keep track of that. So maybe you had some theft or some items that you received, but you found out later that they were damaged, and you want to take them out of your inventory and mark it as such. One such use case also would be if you're going to do a physical inventory and you want to zero out all of your items. Let's take a look at a few of these scenarios. So to create an adjustment document, I go into my inventory documents. So let's hit the plus in the top right corner. From here, we're going to choose adjustment document. We're going to give it a name. Let's say someone stole some Marlboro cigarettes. So we'll say whatever you want. If you have a PO number that you'd like to reference, like maybe if some items were received damaged against a certain purchase order, you could do that. Or if you want to put in a code of your own to keep track, that's fine too. The memo section also is available, so you can write out the reason for the adjustment. In this case, it's Marlboro theft. You could put more info, maybe the date that it happened, or anything else you'd like to keep track of. For now, I'll just hit create. And so now I've created my blank adjustment document. The first option in the top right is the add item. This is where you can add one item at a time. So let's go in here and search our Marlboros and find whichever one we're looking for. I'm gonna find this one that's -13 and just choosing this one to adjust as an example. All right, so let's say I really have 5 on hand, not -13. So I want to make that adjustment. So what you could do is you could just come in the new quantity and hit a 5 because you know there are 5 on hand, and you'll see it's going to adjust by 18 to account for the -13. The important thing with an adjustment document is that the adjustment quantity is the king. So whatever you put here is what's going to get written to the database when you post it. So right now, I'm going to put 5 in the new quantity and adjust to 18. That's not a big deal. But let's say I did this, put 5 here, it says 18, and then I come and post it 3 days from now. Well, it's going to adjust by 18 at the time of posting. So the 5 won't be relevant anymore. You're just basically adding 18 to whatever is in your database at the time. So if you receive 20 other pieces, you're now making your quantity 38. So all that's important to keep in mind. All right, so let's say 5 is what I have right now, and I'm going to post it immediately, so that's good. If I wanted to just adjust quantity because I know 18 were lost, or 13 were lost, in this case, whatever it is, I can just put -18 in here, and then when I do post it, it's going to subtract 13, 18, whatever the number is. That may be the best way to make your adjustment in that scenario. Okay, so I have my item, I have my adjust quantity. I'm just going to go back to my inventory documents page and post it. The job has started. It runs in the background, and even though this is only one item, the refresh is so fast that it won't move over to the posted on its own. So you just refresh the page and it goes into the posted section right there. So let's look at a scenario where we want to zero out the inventory because we're going to count a certain section of the store or maybe all of the store. So in that case, I'm going to do my adjustment again, create the document. I'm just going to call this inventory 0, and then you can say, it's your physical inventory prep for May of 2026, or if you're going to count a section of your store, you could say zeroing inventory for whiskey recount, something to that effect. So in this case, we're just calling it inventory 0. We're going to create the document. All right, so now we're going to use the multi-add feature. You can only do it by units for the adjustment document. And then here you have a wide range of filters you can use to find the items you want. So maybe you're going to do department equals vodka, or department equals cigarettes, or department equals cigarettes, brand equals Marlboro, and price greater than $9.99. Whatever it is to narrow it down. In this scenario, I'm going to choose the quantity on hand because I want to just adjust all of the items that are negative in my system. So I'm going to come here, and you could do less than or equals to something. So you could say less than or equal to -1. We're going to hit preview, and then we can see exactly what it finds. So there we go, found them all there. So let's just use this. We're going to add these items. Because there's multiple items, it's not going to complete by the time we get back to our document. So you're just going to have to refresh the page. 75, and if you want, you can look up at the notification and see when it's done. Okay, so right here we did our multiple add, and it is complete. We can see here on our quantity on hand that these are all negative items. So let's adjust all these to 0. So we have a function right here to adjust all to 0. So you see my adjustment quantity currently is at 0 because we haven't told the document what we want to adjust yet. So I'm going to select adjust all to 0 and confirm it. It's going to run. What it's going to do is it's going to take whatever is in your quantity on hand field and put the opposite in the adjustment field. So if you have 2 on hand, it's going to put a -2 to adjust. If you have -2 on hand, it's going to put a +2 to adjust. So you can see here we've now adjusted, and our new quantity is set to 0. So again, we're going to come back here, choose when we're ready, and post it. Job started. It's going to tell you when it's all done. You'll see a status in the notification as you refresh your page. That will continue to update. And then once it's completed and you refresh, it'll all be in the posted section. A couple things to note when you're adjusting to 0 for your inventory. If you're going to do your entire inventory, you may have thousands of records that you're going to adjust. It could take a few minutes to complete. You can monitor that up in the notification area. The second thing to note is if you're going to do any of this to your inventory, it's highly recommended you export your inventory to Excel first. If you come to your Manage Items page, you're going to default to all active items. Just click the Import and Export, Export, XLS. You'll see a little notification up on that bell. When it's done, just click on it, and it's going to download to your Downloads folder on your computer. You can open it right there and view to make sure that it's complete. That way, if you do make any mistakes, we can easily reverse them. Thanks for watching this video walkthrough. For more information, email support@insightrs.com or visit us at insightrs.com.